The hook is not the intro. The hook is the reason people decide not to leave. Most people don't fail on YouTube because their videos are bad. They fail because people leave before the video really starts. By the end of this video, you won't see the hook as just a clever opening line. You will see it as the bridge between click and the rest of your video. Because I've been studying hook for a very long time at this moment, and I've been doing a lot of mistakes. And every time I create a new video, I try to captivate what you want and captivate my audience and the idea that you want to continue watching my videos. And it's a tricky part, I gotta say. It's a difficult thing to present in the first lines what people wants to watch. If you're going to watch any trailer for a movie, you will realize that in many occasions they create a mini trailer for that movie. It's incredible that a trailer that lasts maybe 1.5 or 2 minutes, just 120 seconds, the importance of the hook is such that they decided to create a mini trailer of the trailer. Think about that. Is I need to engage people to watch the trailer, which should be the only reason why people wants to watch a trailer is because it's a trailer. But now the studios are creating mini trailers so make people watch the entire trailer. So imagine the importance of these first seconds, the first 3 to 5 seconds to convey an idea that will make people continue watching your content. In fact, I'm doing that right now while I'm talking to you. And the first seconds for me of this video were the most important. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you you're going to have a more clear idea of what this is about, a way to approach the creation of your hook, and also some recommendations for reading that I think are fantastic, that they work for me. And also keep in mind that you will have to screw things up, then move forward and continue doing the next video and the next video and improving and improving. And you'll also realize how you can measure that in terms of the success or not of your videos. So the first thing I want to cover is that the hook is the viewer's first decision. This is the moment where the viewers are going to ask themselves, is this worth my time? So the usual mistakes that people does when they're creating videos is that they are presenting sometimes logos, explanations. They are talking about themselves, their grandma. They're saying, "Hey, grandma, thank you for being alive," or things like that. Or you present, for example, the cases of Game Dev, which is my other YouTube channel, present information about the studios or their business. And this is wrong because this is the moment where exactly people stop watching your videos and decided, I'm going to go and watch another video. I want to bring you this interesting idea that was many years ago. And it is related to Star Wars. I hope that you already watched Star Wars, the original trilogy. And before Star Wars, before the movie of Star Wars, every studio had to present, or every movie that starts, it has to present the information of the studios, the actors, and everything before the movie starts. And if you watch movies before Star Wars, and even more in the 60s or 50s, the old Disney, it was like 2 or 3 or 5 minutes of names so boring, music so boring, images that were so boring, and trying to, oh my God, this is killing me. If you watch another interesting example that was just before Star Wars, which is Jaws, Jaws was great. The movie Jaws was great because even though they introduced, yes, the director, the actors, and some information at the beginning, they started by showing these images in the water and this beautiful cello sound, John, 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 presenting that you are watching things from the perspective of the shark. That was a great and brilliant approach. But the best one was Star Wars and what George Lucas did, which was in a galaxy far, far away. And then, boom, Star Wars, the introduction, the music, no director, no studios. Well, it has the 20th century at the beginning, but that's the only thing. No studios, no actors, nobody's mentioned. You just get into the action. And that changed the history of cinema. And many after that, they took that same approach because they capture people as soon as the movie starts. And that's the best way to do it. And if you translate that into the world of YouTube, they are the same principle, guys. Even if you create a commercial, let's say that you create an advertisement, you want to capture people's attention. If you can do that, man, your idea of anything that you're selling is wrong. So you need to show the problem, the promise. You need to create tension immediately and make people continue watching your video. So that's why the first seconds are essential. The second point I want to cover today is the hook must connect directly to the title and thumbnail. So you are presenting information on your thumbnail that is creating curiosity, and then that information in the thumbnail is complemented by the information on the title. And then people say, okay, I want to click this. This generated a lot of curiosity, and I think I want to watch this. Probably that happens with you as soon as you watch my thumbnail. And other occasions is because people know who you are, and as soon as you start creating that good reputation, then people will see your content and watch the picture of yourself on the thumbnail, and they say, I like what this guy always presents, so I'm going to click it. That's my case, for example, with the channel of Modern Wisdom. It doesn't matter who is the guest, but at the end, I want to see it. Of course, there are guesses and guesses, but guests and guests. But I usually, when I see it, I want to watch the video. So you need to convey that thing that makes people go and click, and that has to be expressed immediately as soon as you start the video. So how do you do that? Well, you're going to repeat the core idea of the title, but you're going to make it more emotional, more direct, or even more surprising. Let me present you some examples. This is a title. Is it too late to start YouTube? Hook. If you are wondering, is it too late to start YouTube? The real question is, are you ready to become visible and share a subject with the world? So these are the kind of things that you need. You need to conquer the heart of the person on the other side. In this book that I'm going to recommend you at the end, I think it was that book or another, but at some point I remember some fantastic hook that is referenced. I think it was referenced in this book I'm going to recommend you. But it was something like, what could be the best hook in 3 words? And I think it was something like, you will die. And when somebody expressed something like that, it's going to be shocking, but also you're going to expect something else. So for some people, maybe they watch that and they say, okay, I'm going to stop. But if you ask me, probably I will continue watching what he's going to present in the next seconds. And it's going to take me from 3 seconds to 5 to 10 to 20. And it's very important in YouTube when you keep people for the first 30 seconds. YouTube classifies you in a different way. And the good thing about overpassing the 30 seconds is that YouTube is going to expose more your videos to new audiences. So potential viewers that will continue watching your content in the future videos, or that are going to present videos that they like and they're going to bring them back. So this is very important. And I know that I've been telling you this for some time. We're going to discover all this while we progress in this channel. I promise you, we're going to continue showing these statistics overall related to my other channel and how this is improving. But the reality is that if you keep people for more than 30 seconds on YouTube, let's say that 50 to 60% of the people that start watching your video decided to click and to watch for the first 30 seconds, then YouTube is going to increase the visibility to new audiences. The third thing I want to mention is a good hook creates tension. So keep in mind that the goal is that you're going to open minds. You're going to, with the hook, you're going to make you want and present an answer. And that comes all the time from a question, a contradiction, a mistake, a fear, or a strong belief. And it can be from politics to religion to anything. But you're presenting a question. Here, I am presenting a question about the importance of the hook and how you should approach it. And if you're watching this, is because probably you see that when you start your videos, according to your statistics, it's going down. It's going really down. And believe me, I've been doing this. The YouTube channel for almost 2 years, and I've been learning a lot. And you see my first videos, and I say, "Oh my God, how I did that? This is so bad. This is a really bad idea to start that way." And even today, I'm improving. I'm trying to figure out things. Of course, I understand the results of my videos. The ones that are giving me great results are the ones that aren't. And then I compare and say, okay, what do I have to do differently? So let me present you some examples of how to do it. Example of a question. Why do some channels grow fast while others disappear? A contradiction. You don't need better equipment. You need better reason for people to keep watching. A mistake. Most beginners destroy their videos in the first 10 seconds. A promise. By the end of this video, you will know how to start your videos with more confidence. So these are great examples of opening that comes at the beginning of your video. You're giving the idea of what you're going to get. In fact, I can invite you to stop this video right now, go to the beginning, and see if I did that. And that is the same mindset that you need to have when presenting your content. 4. The hook should make the value clear. What your audience needs to know is that, what they need to feel is that you know what you're going to present, and they will know what they're going to get. They are investing their time. So why on your video? Why people are going to invest time to watch this video that I am creating is because they're trying to solve something. If you're starting your YouTube channel, you're trying to figure out how to make it more efficient. Maybe I don't get enough views. Maybe people click, but then they don't stay. So they need to understand clearly what they are going to get from your video. Let me give you a clear example of a really weak hook. Today, I want to talk about hooks. And it's like, this makes no sense. You're not creating curiosity. You are not making me eager to start talking about something. But if you start saying, have you seen how Star Wars started and how they changed the world and how they captivated their audience? This is the same idea we're going to convey today to explain how the hook works. This is exactly what I'm trying to say here. You need to put emotion. You need to create this question inside people and saying, oh yeah, I'd like to know more about this. Can you talk more? Let's go to another example. Let's say a stronger hook. A stronger hook could say also something like, today I'll show you how to create a hook that makes people feel they need to keep watching. So how are we doing this? Well, we're doing because the hook is presenting a transformation. It's telling people how they can improve and how they're going to get some content that is valuable for them. Another example, by the end of this video, you won't see the hook as just a clever opening line. You will see it as the bridge between the click and the rest of the video. Again, you are connecting the dots and you are creating curiosity for people to continue watching your content. Let's go to the point 5. The best hooks are honest and not exaggerated. When you create a hook, you don't have to be fake, you don't have to be loud or maybe dramatic. The best hook creates curiosity without betraying the viewer. It promises something real, and then the video delivers that promise. That is important because if hooks overpromise people, maybe they stay focused for some seconds, but they will lose the trust as soon as you get into the meat of the video. So how to do it? Well, before recording, you need to ask yourself several questions. Questions such as, what did the viewer click for? What problem are they trying to solve? What emotion are they feeling? What promise can I honestly deliver? What is the fastest way to make them care? The goal is not to manipulate attention. The goal is to respect attention. Because on YouTube, the first seconds are not small. They are the doorway into the entire video. And your viewers are passing that door. The way that you present that belongs to you. And you have to answer all these questions to make it even more epic and interesting for your audience. Now I want to quickly show you something inside my other channel. This is the other channel I mentioned that is related to video game development. And I want to get into my YouTube studio to present you some information. And I'm going to the content. In fact, I'm going to get to the analytics and then classify here by content and click on videos. So here you will see, let me see if this is disappearing. Let me put it at least on this side. Here you can see that the above typical intros, this is a very interesting indicator for me. Why? Well, because these are intro where the viewers are still watching at 30 seconds. When I try to define what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong, one of the first indicators is this one, is how much of my audience, once they click the video, are still watching after 30 seconds. When you are over 50, then this is something that YouTube starts to recommending even more. Usually that's what happens. So it is very important for you to understand that in order to prepare yourself better for the next video. Of course, you're going to start seeing occasions where you try something that doesn't work, and then you try it again with a different twitch or maybe a different content, and it works. But this is about testing ideas and moving forward. The other thing I wanted to show you is the top moments, when you can find that a video that you presented has a great peak, something that was extremely interesting for your audience. And this is great. For example, let's go to this one, Crimson Desert game developer review. So let me go to the content and look for Crimson. Okay, Crimson Desert. Here it is, and click the statistics. So here you have what is happening with this video of mine. You can see that the usual videos are at this point lower than this video that I have at this moment. Right now, when we reach these 30 seconds, 60% of my audience is still watching. And you can see that as the video progresses, they are still watching as well. So I capture the attention from my viewers at the beginning, and then I continue, which is really great. The other things are the top moment. I don't know why it's not presenting anything here, but you also can, in this graphic, you will notice there are some points where it climbs up or down. It depends of the moment where people stop and decided, okay, I want to process this, or I want to rewind this and watch it again. These are the indicators that say when somebody is captured by the things that you are creating, by the content that you are creating. And the other thing that happens, that was in particular for the release of the video, was that you're going to be super exposed. At the moment that you do something like this, that you make people keep watching your video for more than 30 seconds and your CTR, the click-through rate, is high, then YouTube immediately tries to expose it as much as they can. There also another element for this video, which was the moment because people were talking about Crimson Desert, and I decided to uh, present my perspective as a developer. And those are all the things that we'll cover later. But what I want at this moment is that you understand that you need to watch the results of your videos and based on that, learn what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how can be improved and the way that you can improve it. I told you at the beginning that I will give you some good recommendations. And one of these recommendations, this book does not belong to me. This book is called Hook Point. I think it's a great content to understand the importance of, in fact, it's called Hook Point, How to Stand Out in a 3-Second World. And I think that having that content, if you're going to become a real professional, that is not just having information about what you're good at and feel passion for, you also need to express it in the best way possible. And you're going to become, at the end, a professional on YouTube as well. These are the content that I extremely recommend you to read or to listen because it's going to provide you with perspectives that you can use on your YouTube channel for the future. So at this moment, I want to invite you to hit the like button if you enjoy this content, subscribe to the channel, and watch my next video where we're going to go deeper into how to explode your possibilities on YouTube. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.